Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so for this video I'm going to be taking you around my latest 4K Blu-ray Steelbook pickup that I got for Scream 3. And it goes without saying, but I will be also reviewing the 4K picture as well. So yes, as you can see, this is the Steelbook release, and I pride myself on being honest when it comes to editions like this. And I have to tell you, if you are interested in picking this movie up on 4K, stick to the standard release. It actually looks far better. The artwork is better. It has a lovely high gloss slipcover as well, where this is just boring all over. It has a simple matte finish, there's nothing to it whatsoever. And the only reason to why I opted for this Steelbook is because I actually had the previous two Scream movies, and I wanted to complete the trilogy on Steelbook form. As for people now that are collecting them all, including the latest Scream movies that came out on Steelbook form, I can only imagine how pissed off you must be feeling right now, because every Steelbook had a black finish to it, where this one is very, very different. So yes, I say there was a lot of people really annoyed when the artwork dropped for this Steelbook. And you sometimes wonder what Paramount would be thinking. I actually think they do it on purpose just to rattle people's cages, and by God, they rattled a few with this release. As for the movie itself, now I know there's not much of a fan base out there for it, but me personally, I really enjoyed it. It gave me everything that I wanted when it comes to a concluding chapter to a trilogy. The stakes are definitely high on this one, and the way they throw back to the original Scream movie, the way it's implemented into this story, I thought it was quite brilliant. Now, Neve Campbell's character, Sidney Prescott, does take the back seat for a while, and it is up to Dewey and Gale to do the detective side, something very different again that we've never seen before for a Scream movie. Now, another thing that I rather enjoyed is the setting. It is held on a production set of a stab movie, and there lies the problem. It is the cast of that stab movie that really spoiled this for me. You do not care for one single character, and that's what's very different. When you look at the sequel before this one, Scream 2, all the new characters that came into it, you actually felt for them, where you just do not care. You're just waiting for their inevitable demise. And not only that, but they bring far too much comedy to this, and I know Screams do have elements of comedy, but far too much in this one, and I think that's what antagonized the fans. But look, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. The conclusion to it, the standoff at the end, I thought was absolutely brilliant, and at the end I just felt satisfied, and I kind of wish they left it alone, because we did get Scream 4, and there we have the new Scream movies coming out. And I know with the recent ones, we're definitely going to get a trilogy with that. And then, of course, we got this original trilogy. And then you've got Scream 4, which is a weird anomaly now. It just doesn't seem to fit in with any of these other movies, whether it's the original or the latest. And it is a bit of a shame that, because I actually really enjoyed the fourth movie, and I'm hoping it will get a 4K release. As for special features, it's the exact same of what we got before on the Blu-ray. Paramount again can't seem to be bothered to put anything new onto it, and it is such a shame. Right folks, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Before I get talking about the 4K transfer, I'm going to take you around this and show you exactly what it looks like. So yeah, here we go. Right, so here we go, Scream 3. So I'm going to quickly bring in the J card and show you. So as you can see in the top there is a write-up, and then of course you got the special features in the middle, and then the technical aspects at the bottom as well. So that is a close look at the J card. I'm going to put that to a side. Let's get on with the Steelbook. Now, like I said at the start of this video, it has a simple matte finish to it, and I can only imagine how better this would look if it had a high gloss finish to it. It's a shame it didn't happen. So yes, there's no embossing on this, no debossing, no spot glossing. It is very, very simple. So the colour scheme is quite nice too, I have to admit, even though it has frustrated a lot of fans. So what have we to deal with here now? You've got the Scream 3 title in the middle, you got Wes Craven's name above it, and then of course you got the large 3, and you can see the woman's face in between it there as well. Now the one nice touch to it is the you can see Ghostface reflecting in her eye there, which is rather a nice touch, but it's the only thing I kind of like about the Steelbook. Another thing that kind of distracts me is, why did they feel it was necessary to put 2 3s down? It almost looks like Scream 33. It's a strange thing that they should have just put down Scream and left it, and then just used the large one. So, right, yes, very underwhelming Steelbook. It has to be said. So here we go. This is the spine of it. And then right around to the back. And you're not going anywhere, Sydney. And of course, it's that voice box that distorts the voices in this. Actually, I'm just looking up in the top there. I think I might have a little bit of a dent there that I didn't notice before. Look, it's not enough to warrant a return. So, right, that is the back artwork. Again, very underwhelming, nothing to it. I will open the Steelbook in full. And I think the one thing that's going for it is the colour scheme. It does look quite nice. So, turn it around and you've got your 4K disc. And, of course, I will remove the Blu-ray, which looks absolutely boring. But there we go. And all that's left to do is to show the artwork inside. So, there you have it, folks. That is the Steelbook for Scream 3. Absolutely nothing to scream about when it comes to this release. Right, folks, so on to the 4K transfer. Now, I'm going to just say at the start here, this is hands down the best looking Scream movie on 4K. As a matter of fact, it's a revelation when you stack it up against the previous Blu-ray. Now, I am going to put screenshot comparisons on here. Now, I took them directly from my TV. It's not a true representation of what I'm seeing, but it will give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. Now, do not be fooled by them. You will notice that the picture on the colour on the Blu-ray will look so much more vibrant. But I have to tell you, the colours are far too rich. And the Dolby Vision tones it down slightly and gives everything a more natural look now. Now, another problem that the Blu-rays had was they had this over-processed look, and it was borderline distracting to look at. Now, I'm happy to report that has all been removed now, and this now looks beautifully filmic. The grain structure is intact for most parts. It's quite light, but there is scenes in it where it does get a little bit heavy. One in particular is when Gale Weathers meets the detective for the first time. There is quite a bit of grain there. It was actually quite surprising. I didn't think the movie would look as grainy as it did, and particularly in that shot. Now, it's only in a handful of scenes, and grain here is, I don't think you'll have anything to worry about. Now, there is some incredible fine detail to be seen across the board here. The black levels are absolutely exceptional, and the shadow detail is quite amazing. And not only that, but when I was doing the comparisons here as well, I was very surprised to see how clean the image looks, particularly when you stack it up against the Blu-ray. You could see a lot of specks and dirt here and there, and I found that to be surprising for the Blu-ray because it's not that old, and it shouldn't be as dirty as it looks. But yes, it is massively cleaned up. Everything that they could have improved on the previous Blu-ray they have with this release, and I think fans are going to be absolutely ecstatic with how it looks. Now, it's got a DTS 5.1 audio on it. It is the exact same that we got on the Blu-ray. It is a shame that we didn't get a Dolby Atmos, but I knew that wasn't going to happen because we never got it on the previous two Scream movies either. So I'm okay with it. And for the most part, the 5.1 does the job perfectly. It is quite immersive at times. You do get a good sense of atmosphere. The dialogue is beautifully centered, incredibly clean, and you get a nice separation with them speakers as well. It is a good sounding movie. It's just a shame we just didn't get that Dolby Atmos with it. So there you go, folks. That is my review of Scream 3, and to say I'm ecstatic would be a huge understatement. It is by far the best the movie has ever looked. It's probably the best it's ever going to look. And like I said, die-hard fans are going to be so happy when they see this 4K transfer. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could do, leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on this release. And what did you think of the movie yourself? I'm very curious to hear your thoughts out there. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.